Imagine you could buy a lottery ticket, but it didn't cost you anything. You would go to every single shop and look for those lottery tickets. Same thing in Valorant. You want to look for these spots which can give you a potential free advantage, and you're standing in the exact perfect spot for that to occur. Pull out the flash, you call out to your team, I'm flashing. Yo team, I'm flashing. Bam, you go for the flash. Anyone who's standing in this box, right here. Anyone who's standing in that box, you can take some free shots at them, cashing out the free lottery ticket. Okay, so the first mistake for our lovely gentleman here, he's watching
only 4 days. Day 4 of attending
a bunch of brain rot
day 4 of
right before a match. He watched the same video for 4 times, by the way. Then we move on to a 4th round, in which, gold 2, may I remind you, the enemies dodged the eye reveal from Fate, which is insanity. He does push up after the info, gets 1. However, now our main protagonist is low HP, 49 to be exact. When you're 49 HP, you do not want to take fights that you just took. Now, what is the fight that you just took? The fight you just took is what I would call a poking around fight, you know, because you don't know whether Jet's gonna be standing here, maybe he's gonna be a little bit closer. You don't know exactly where to aim. The fight isn't dangerous for both parties, so you're just kind of poking around. The problem with this fight is that you're low HP, and any type of poking will get you killed. In a few seconds, you take the exact same fight, which I would call a poking fight, which is right here. That was another great example of what is a poking fight, because once again, you don't know if the enemy is going to be standing here, maybe a little bit deeper. All of these elevated surfaces, the same exact for you. You might get randomly sprayed, you might get jiggle peeked if enemies are looking for info, and you die. Now happy. So what the hell am I supposed to do if I'm low HP? I was fighting with my fate. I thought everything was chill. Whenever you're low HP, there are a couple of ways you can take the fight. Number 1 is you take a fight which isn't a poking fight. This would be a non-poking fight because it's an extremely dangerous fight. How many times a Chamber or Reyna pushed up on you and got this random ass kill and then dipped? Because it's a dangerous fight. It's either a headshot or nothing. One more thing you can do when you're low HP is holding off angles. An off angle is something that an enemy is not going to clear because he has other stuff to worry about. That's how you can get another advantage. Now the third option would be to go for a lurk, because a lurk is similar like a dangerous fight. You're either gonna get someone or not. The thing is, you're gambling. When you're low HP, you have to gamble, unless you're fighting against an eco round. If in your specific situation you're fighting against an eco round, it's a 5v3, you have full map control. In your position, I would either go and play a position something like elbow, stand somewhere here for a fast rotate in case one of your teammates die, which your fate would die. And that's pretty much it. You can also try helping these guys a little bit. Now some of you may say, Happy, it's not that deep, it's a 5v3, we're gonna win the round anyways. Okay, one guy goes down, second guy goes down, now it's a 2v2 and the enemies have guns and your Jet is low HP. First of all, you lose guns, you lose out on the economy, and then second of all, you're risking to lose the round. And until you get to Ascendant 3, High, Immortal, whatever, your main job is to win rounds. Your main job is to make it a priority to win your rounds. So we move on to another round. We reveal that we have Operator, and we're playing in the same exact position we played last round, which not really recommended, especially when you have an Operator. So re-peeking this was very, very dangerous. And then re-peeking it again was even more dangerous. We got punished for it, unfortunately. The way you play operators is you pick a position that you've never played before. Maybe you hold some type of weird aggro angle like this. Once you take your shot, if you get the kill, immediately reposition, try to go to another site. If your teammates are telling you that they keep pushing, keep holding the site. The same way you could have done on B, holding an angle like this. Maybe you got a kill, maybe not. Then you're holding a different angle right here. Get a kill. You TP out. I TP'd out. And next, we're holding a different angle again. With operator, it's really not recommended to repeat the same angle. I'm telling you from experience. The funny thing is that a couple of rounds later, Yoru plays the exact same position with an operator. And he gets punished for it. Oh well, oh well, oh well. We get a moment of silence for this. I was once in that position. I sometimes am in a similar position still. But if you're playing with this, I feel extremely sorry for you, and you deserve the world, and you don't deserve this. Can we replay? That's sad. That is sad. I wanted to talk about this round as well, because as you can see, the smokes go down, a bunch of utility goes down, and we see absolutely nothing. No resistance. We get onto site, no resistance, right? No Rain of Flash, no Omen Flash, no Harbor Bubble, no Cypher util even, because the dog cleared everything. In this exact scenario, I don't hate you walking into the smoke, but you have to use some utility. You gotta use a flash, or you have to use a bait, your teammate. I'm telling you to let your teammate go in first, because if you don't, everything falls apart. There are two scenarios. The enemy's either stacked another site. If this is an eco round, it's very possible. Another scenario is that the enemies are playing safe. Enemies are playing for a retake. In these scenarios, you use a similar idea to a lottery scratch ticket type stuff. So I understand you didn't have a flash, but just like I said, imagine you do, use a flash, you come in and you take this space, you take this smoke space right here. If another idea is you can use a flash to take all of this space. Same works with most characters. I mean, one Killjoy Molly could do the same thing basically, right, with the smokes. Now, instead of having this amount of space, you have this amount of space, and that's a big difference. And that's what it means to take space. The more space you have, the better your chances at winning. Now, you don't have any utility. You don't have a smoke, you don't have a flash, you don't have a fake TP. In this scenario, you play off of your teammates. You know that one of your teammates is gonna do something dumb. They're gonna do something stupid, and it's your job as a Yoru, as a gold 2 Yoru, to make sure and use your teammates to the fullest. If ISO is pushing in a weird position, you go and you push with them. If you see that Omen is about to jump into the smoke, he's really close to the smoke, you go and you wait for him to jump in, you jump right after. If you don't have anything to do by yourself, which I mean the flashes, you try to play with your teammates. If nothing happens, you're completely fine, you're completely okay to go and play in a weird position. Now, usually playing a weird position is good when the enemies don't have initiators, like a Sova drone, a Fade Dog, Sky Dog, but a weird position would look like this. Chilling here, and you just wait until something happens. Okay. A weird position could be playing here, waiting until enemies take contact, then you peek out, or something like that. Another weird position would be to play here. Maybe to play here. Go for something like this. Go for something like this. If the enemies take on. I just gave you the full post plan structure, and we didn't even get there. And look, another great example of when you should scratch the lottery ticket. You have 2 flashes, right? You could just flash. Someone's gonna get blind. You take a shot at winning the lottery, the full jackpot. But instead, you just peek. You could have died here very easily. And this is exactly the fight that Harbor wants. He doesn't want you to flash him. He wants you to just swing him. But overall, good job. You look like you're gonna be doing pretty good. If you guys enjoyed, like the video. This is the most important thing. If you found value, like the video so more people can see and your teammates can be better. Check out entryschool.com for all different lineups and guides for you to help and rank up.